Hello everyone and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary with EXO, and this is going to be game number 2 between Moonglade and Socke from the IntelExtremeMasetrs group stages. So this is a best of 3. If you haven't watched the previous game, then do go watch that as well. Socke did win the first game pretty convincingly with a solid unit composition and just straight up play, took advantage of the map as well, blocking the hatchery in the start. Pretty good play over there from Socke, so we're just gonna have to see if Moonglade can pull this back. Now, I did say I'm going to be casting some games from IntelExtremeMasetrs because a lot of them haven't had any sort of coverage and there's no VODs out for them, so I'm going to be doing that. And other than this match, I think I'm going to be casting Moonglade versus Moon. I think that is a pretty good matchup over there that hasn't been covered, and also Shao versus Socke, I believe, that hasn't been covered. So I'm just going to do some casts for the games that haven't been covered, just those. So yeah, I know that there have been a lot of good games over there, but there are VODs out for that, so go check those out. They are casted by well, depends. TLO in Day 9 and Rotterdam, they took turns in 2, with one taking breaks, and one was on the main stage doing interviews while the other 2 were casting, and they were rotating all the time. It was pretty good coverage so far for IEM. Stream was good as well, so do check out the semifinals. Actually, they are going to be starting as I'm talking right now in about 40 minutes, so I'm just going to see how many games I can cast until then. I'm going to cast some more after that. Now, it looks like Socke is going to be doing the same thing right now. And by the way, I do remind you guys, this is Lost Temple, not Shattered Temple, so they are playing on Lost Temple, not the new revamped Lost Temple. This is the old Lost Temple from the map pool. So looks like Moonglade is going to go for a spawning pool first again, as he sees Socke blocking the natural expansion once again. Let's see if this is going to set Moonglade behind. It did set him quite behind in the last game. Let's see if that is going to be the case this time as well. Now, Socke opening pretty standard again. There isn't really much you can. Oh, this is interesting. Moonglade stealing the gas, doesn't want to worry about things like Void Rays or DT rushes or anything like that. Not that Socke is the kind of player that would go for some sort of DT rush. He's the kind of player who usually plays solid and straight up. He doesn't go for any gimmicky play, but still interesting chase over here from Moonglade. And still Socke is blocking the ramp for Moonglade right now, the natural expansion, I mean. And Socke not going to be able to go for double gas early on, and this sellout is, well, see, this is interesting. If you see the sellout over here, you can actually send some links already towards the Protoss base. As you know, it is not going to be walled off quite yet. And actually, there we go. The expansion does go down for Moonglade. I saw that probe trying to plant down a pylon over here on the minimap, but it has been cancelled. Probe moving back. Lings are following and are probably going to do some poking over here at Socke's ramp. Let's see if they're going to be able to get inside the base, although this Stalker is being chrono boosted. Now, he does see these Lings incoming, so he moves his Zealot back. A good play over here from Socke, being very self-aware of that. And the Stalker is out as well. There we go. Those Lings, he needs to move the Stalker in front, though. Doesn't really want to care about the simulator so much. And the Lings are probably going to get warded away right now. Although, oh, gotta be careful so you don't let those Lings in base. They can always cause some trouble inside your base just by the fact that they're going to be running around trying to go for your probe line, making you use a lot of your APM and trying to deal with the Zerglings instead of just taking care of your normal build. But doesn't look like these Zerglings are going to be enough, though. Although this gateway has been weakened quite a bit, it has lost all of its shield, but right now there's a Stalker and a Sentry out, so force fields are going to be planted over here. And not to mention that there's 2 ranged units. Those Zerglings are not going to be able to do that much, although this is a lot of Zerglings from Moonglade, actually. He has sent a lot of Lings. 2 Sentries right now, though, so let's see if those Lings are going to be able to do anything. Hatchery is, the second Hatchery is up for Moonglade right now. Let's see, he needs to get a second Queen up as soon as possible, and he does have quite a lot of money actually saved. I'm wondering what he's doing with this money. There we go, getting some additional drones, but he needs that second Queen. Come on, Queen. There we go, Queen on the way. And scouting around with these Overlords, although he needs to pull them back as this Stalker is up, and you don't want to throw these Overlords away if you send them too far in. Well, he did see the gateways. He knows that there's. Did he see all 4 gateways? Let's take a look at this one. He knows about this one. He probably clicked on it. He saw that one. So yeah, most likely knows that there's going to be a some sort of warp gate play in this game. Although Socke is going for a Stargate right now. And I'm wondering, is he going to go for that Void Ray Colossus Gateway unit mix. That is quite strong unit composition against Zerg. It is very, very hard to stop, and well, especially if you fight at choke points where you can't really get a good surround off as Zerg, that is really hard to combat. So let's see if Moonglade is going to have the right stuff to defend against that. Although I see no expansion here for Socke, although I think he's planning to expand right now. There we go. 400 minerals being saved up. Nexus going down. This pylon being planted over here to offer warpins on this side. No forge yet though, so let's see if he's going to be getting a forge. Plant down some cannons over here. Usually a lot of Protoss almost always get some sort of cannons close to the natural expansion on Lost Temple. Let's see. Socke is going to be doing the same thing right now. And the Phoenix is being chrono boosted right now. He's going to scout with this Phoenix. He's going to see exactly what's happening, although not much is happening. Moonglade is just setting down some extra defenses over here. Didn't get the extra 2 gases on his natural expansion. There we go, going for an Evo Chamber. Lair is almost done, so let's see what tech path is Moonglade going to choose from here. He doesn't have a Roach Warren or Hydralisk then. Is he going to go for some sort of Mutalisk play? Now, Mutalisk play is surprisingly good against that sort of unit composition I was talking about before, Colossus, Void Ray, Gateway unit composition. It's very good because if you get a lot of Mutalisk, the Void Rays are going to go down really, really fast, and same with the Stalkers, actually. The only thing you have to worry about is maybe some sort of Guardian Shields that is going to get thrown up, and it's going to reduce the damage from the Mutas, but those sentries are really easy to snipe, so if you can do that, you can probably deal with a unit composition, as long as you have enough Mutalisk. But no, looks like Moonglade is going to get a Hydralisk net instead, and no Roach Warren whatsoever. This is an interesting unit composition. Surprised to see that he hasn't thrown down any Roach Warren yet. He's probably going to do that. And right now he's just been droning up, not really getting any sort of units. If you take a look at the army composition, I mean, both players really don't have big armies. They have just a lot of workers right now. Let's take a look at this. So 43 drones to 45 right now to 37 probes. The army is really small, as you can see, just 17 Zerglings for Moonglade, and not that much for Socke either, although he does have these 4 Phoenix. He has 4 Phoenix. Where are these Phoenix? Phoenix, show yourselves. Oh, there we go. I'm actually missing them. I'm going to press the back key over here to check out what these Phoenix have been doing. So it looks like they're coming in from this side, and they're going to snipe some Overlords. Let's see how many Overlords they do manage to take down. That Overlord did not go down, but he's sniping this Queen. Queen is almost dead, and Hydras are almost out though, so let's see how those Hydras are going to do against these Phoenix. There we go, sniping some drones, and yep, 3 drones so far. Gotta be careful though, more Queens on the way right now. He's going to be taking down some Overlords, gonna be losing 1 Phoenix, I think. He needs to be lifting this one off as well if he doesn't want it to die. Gets sniped by those Hydras though, losing some additional Overlords. Overall, pretty good move over here from Socke. It did quite some damage, took down some drones, some Overlords, 1 Queen as well. So good play over there from Socke, but is it going to be enough? Because right now, well, Moonglade has planted a Spore Crawler over here, and he did have extra Queens, so he's gonna be just fine. He didn't really lose anything. Looks like he's gonna be going for those rocks. These Phoenix are going to see this. He might just want to pick up those Hydras, as Hydras are light armored units, and with Phoenix you can actually pick up Hydras in low numbers very, very well. Let's see, he might just do that. There we go, Socke is moving here, lifting up 1 Hydra. You can see just how fast it goes down because Phoenix do extra damage to light. As you can see, 10 damage against light armored units. There we go, backing off. Just good play from Socke, just taking advantage of everything he can take out. If he can snipe a few units here and there, he's going to do that. And obviously, Hydra's not the cheapest of units, so 100 minerals, 50 gas for 1 Hydralisk. That's a lot of money in the long run. If you just snipe Hydras here and there with Phoenix, it will add up. And looks like a Spire and a Roach Warren on the way right now for Moonglade. He has planted a hatchery down here at the gold. Pretty good creep spreading so far. As we can see, he just got this extra Queen just for creep spreading, so the creep is going to go in all directions right now. Let's see what Socke's plans are. Looks like in the meantime he did get this double robotics facility, so we are going to see a double robotics facility, double robo bay. No, what am I saying? Double robotics facility Colossus with Thermal Lance, so that is going to be pretty good against these Hydras, as we could see in the last game. The only difference is right now the Spire is almost complete, so I'm pretty sure that Moonglade is going to get a lot of Corruptors, especially Corruptors are also very good against Phoenix. Phoenix do like no damage versus Corruptors. They do 5 damage, and Corruptors have a lot of HP and long range, so you can't really micro with with Phoenix against Corruptors. Ooh, gotta be careful with the Phoenix over there. Flying into Hydras is not the smartest thing. So Yep, looks like we're just gonna wait for Socke to have these robotic facility units, and he is going to be moving out. Let's see if it's gonna be enough. Right now, let's take a look at the army size. Ooh, quite a big food advantage over there for Socke, 126 over 97, and Moonglade really needs to get a lot of units, and he needs them fast, because right now, if Socke decides to attack even with just this, I'm pretty sure that Moonglade would lose the game. So Moonglade has to be a little bit more self-aware, and he doesn't actually have any sort of scouting close to Socke's base. He doesn't even know the unit composition, but he is getting 7 Corruptors right now. Those Corruptors are going to be great against these Colossus and the Phoenix, but here we have Socke is moving out right now. He looks like he hit the timing window he was looking for. He doesn't really want to let the Zerg get a lot of units, and here we go, 3 Colossus, a lot of Stalkers, and Zealots, and even an Immortal over there, and he's going to be attacking over here. Let's see if those Corruptors will be here in time. Looks like 7 Corruptors almost there. These Sunken Crawlers are just going to buy Moonglade a little bit of time. 13 Roaches on the way as well. There we go, Corruptors are coming in. And, well, these units are kind of stacked up, though, but here we go. The Roaches are out just in time. This was really, really good for Moonglade. I don't know if he intended this, but great control over there. These Corruptors flanking the Colossus from this side. He needs to throw Corruption. There we go. One Colossus going down already, but the Stalkers are focusing down the Corruptors, although the second Colossus does go down as well. The Zerg unit's doing a lot of damage from this side. There we go. Third Colossus has been taken down, and looks like this push is going to be held off for now. And this is going to be actually very, very close. Although Socke does decide to move back, as he knows, a lot of reinforcements. 23 Roaches on the way for Moonglade, so obviously Socke cannot really attack into that. He did get additional gateways. He's getting his own gold expansion right now. Although Moonglade is doing really great. Let's take a look at the income tab. He actually needs to send some drones over here to saturate this this base really, really fast. Looks like he's going to go for a sort of a counterattack. He might just want to snipe this gold base over here for Socke, but he doesn't really have the creep yet. He needs to spread some additional creep, although, yep, there we go. Some creep tumors have been taken out because of the previous push from the AoE damage of the Colossus. And there we go. Moonglade is doing a push over here, although there are 2 additional Colossus on the field. Only 1 Corruptor left. He needs to get additional Corruptors because... actually, I'm not sure if Socke is going to be insisting on these Colossus. Usually as Protoss, when you see a lot of Corruptors, you kind of let go of the Colossus... tech, and you start heading towards High Templar right away, as High Templar are not susceptible to any sort of Corruptor play. So you just let these Corruptors be useless unless they will be turned into Broodlords. They are not going to be of any help to the Protoss army, to the Zerg army. So Templar also a very good choice when dealing with some sort of Roach Hydra Zergling mix like this. And let's see. A push is incoming over here from Moonglade. Socke does decide to back off from the Xel'Naga tower. Doesn't really want to fight out in the open over here where the Zerg can get a good concave. And Moonglade is backing off himself. He wants to get more units. I'm pretty sure about this one. 160 supply right now. There we go, getting additional Overlords. He's probably going to get maxed out really fast after this. He needs an additional Queen over here. He's not injecting larva on that side, but let's take a look at this push from Socke. Socke might just want to make a push, but this is not really what you want to do already. 6 Corruptors out on the field, a lot of Roaches and Hydras, so if those Colossus will go down fast with the Corruptors, then the rest of the Zerg army will deal with the gateway units just fine. Here we go, trying to get a flanking position with the Corruptors. There we go, using Corruption on all these Colossus. The Colossus are moving around, they are not dealing any damage. Socke should just deal damage with the Colossus, not try to micro so much, because they are going to go down anyway. But looks like Moonglade is going to come on top over here. Those Colossus going down very, very fast, not being able to do the damage he wanted to do. Some Stalkers being isolated on this side, and these are all going to go down. Good play from Moonglade so far. Let's take a look at the army count again. And 138 supply, 135 or over 100. And Moonglade looking really, really good right now. And I'm pretty sure that Socke's only answer would be to go Storms right now. If he doesn't tech into Storms, I think he's going to be just very, very... There we go. Twilight Council on the way. I'm pretty sure that the Templar Archives is going to follow very shortly after this. But is Socke going to live that long? Because Moonglade is going to mass a lot of units right now, and I think he's just going to go for a push very soon, as he knows that the Colossus number is pretty low, and Socke lost all his army. I don't think he's going to be fearing Socke too much, although Socke is getting a lot of Immortals right now. Immortals obviously very good against Roaches, and Moonglade only has... he's very Roach heavy right now. He doesn't really have a lot of Hydras, so let's see if these Immortals are going to do their job. Although Socke needs some sort of meat shields, he needs some more units to tank for those immortals if he's going to be doing anything. And like I said, a Templar Archives is on the way right now. Here we can see Templar Archives probably going to be chrono boosting out that Psionic Storm research. So Socke, let's see, he probably wants to save up gas right now. He's probably going to want to get a lot of zealots and save his gas for the High Templar. And here we go. These probes need to be transited over somewhere else, or Socke just needs to expand because the main has been mined out, and those probes are not really doing anything right now. There we go. The Templar Archives is almost done. 2 more immortals on the way for Socke, and Moonglade taking a 4th base right now. Socke trying to take this one, but Moonglade is sending some Zerglings in, although I don't think this is going to do much. Socke just sent some forces himself, so this is going to get cleaned up pretty fast. Now let's see, there we go, indeed, the Psionic Storm is on the way. He's probably chrono boosting it. Yep, there we go. Chain chrono boosting this ability. He wants to have this really fast. Great response from Socke. You can see just how many Corruptors out on the field right now. No Hive, though, for Moonglade, and that's a little bit of a weird decision. Usually when you go for this, you should predict that the Protoss is going to stop getting those Colossus. So if he does do that, you want to be able to recycle your Corruptors into Broodlords, because otherwise they're just dead weight. They are not going to help you with anything. They will not attack anything. You can just use corruption on some units like the Immortals. I guess that's okay, but it's not really why you want to have the Corruptors out on the field. Looks like Psionic Storm is going to be done anytime now. 6 High Templar already on the way. Let's see, Kadarian Amulet is probably going to follow after this. There we go. Kadarian Amulet is being researched right now. Is he going to have enough storms? That is the question. A lot of High Templar here in the back. Do they have energy? Doesn't look like they have energy for storms. There we go. 1 storm going down, and that's pretty much it for now. He needs to be a little bit more careful though with these storms, and doesn't want to let the Zerg get that sort of concave up. He needs to back up. There we go. He is backing up. Pretty good storm, but he wants to storm the Hydras, not the Roaches. It's very important. There we go. Some storms on the Hydras. Hydras going down really, really fast to the storms. But these Stalkers, I don't know what these Stalkers are doing. These Stalkers are attacking the Corruptors, and it is not what you want to do, Socke. That was a pretty big waste over there. Looks like these Hydras are going to get taken down eventually, but is it going to be enough? Corruptors are moving back. Great play from Socke right now. Looks like Socke is going to be holding for now, but is it going to be enough? A lot of bases right now from Moonglade. That's the 5th base for Moonglade. He's getting 17 additional Roaches, and he's dropping Hydras completely. He knows that he doesn't want to have Hydras against Storms. They're just so terrible. They die so fast with those Storms. Hydras being a very low HP unit. So looks like Moonglade does have 2-1 attacks. Let's see, Socke. I'm quick here to see. No, just 1-1 for Socke. So let's see. These Roaches are moving in. There's no real High Templars to storm, just these guys over here in the back. He doesn't have enough Immortals, and this is a lot of Roaches. Pretty good storms, forcing the Roaches to go back, but there's not enough Immortals. This Immortal is not even in range. Now he is in range, but that's a lot of Roaches, and it looks like this is all going to get cleaned up right now. Socke just doesn't have the money to get additional units. He did get 2 additional Colossus, but they might just get sniped out very easily. Moonglade trying to flank on this side, wanting to run away from those Colossus. He's going to go for this base over here. 3 cannons already being laid down, but is it going to be enough? Let's see. Socke is moving from the back as well, warping in some additional units. Looks like these Colossus are going to get sniped so fast, especially since there's Corruptors out on the field as well. And wow, Socke looks like he's going to be losing this expansion. I don't see how he can defend it. He doesn't really have the money. He doesn't have the gas for the High Templar either. And that's a lot of Roaches. And yes, that is a lot of Roaches. 11 more on the way. You can see Moonglade is maxed against only 70 supply of Socke. Great game, great macro over here from Moonglade. Very impressive control. And yeah, teching just damn good macro from Moonglade. Really impressive from the Australian player that not many people have heard of, because, well, he hasn't been so active in the StarCraft 2 scene, but he is playing in the GSL. I do remind you, he did lose though in Code 8 this season, but that doesn't mean he's not good at the game. It happens to everyone. Some of the best players lose. Here we go. Brilliant borrowing over there, and then I'm borrowing on top of all those units, sniping out all those High Templar. All the rest of the units going down as well. Some High Templar are being warped 10 storming, but it's just not going to be enough because there's so many Roaches. Like, how many Roaches is this? 39 Roaches. That is huge. And, well, take a look at the 81 drones as well from Moonglade. So Moonglade is really the kind of player. He looks like Red a lot, doesn't he? Red does this kind of stuff where he gets almost 100 drones in his macro games. GG from Socke, and great play from Moonglade. Looks like the score is going to be tied 1-1 right now. And wow, what a great game. I am so happy to be casting these games. Too bad they haven't had any sort of live coverage from the event itself, but yeah, that's why replays are there for, I guess. And thanks to IntelExtremeMasetrs for releasing the replays. Many tournaments don't actually do that. So yeah, that's great. So people like us can actually cast these games. Okay, we're gonna be going off to game number 3. We'll see who wins this series. It is a best of 3 though. The deciding game is going to be coming up right now.